Hey everybody, welcome to Hot Shot Sports Talk with Murr and Willie G. That's Dustin Murr. I'm Willie G. We're here to bring you the hot topics bothering us today. Today we're going to be talking about Acuna, my buddy Murr's MVP pick.
Number
All right.
one MVP.
Oh man, he is so good. We're going to be talking some more AK Superdraft nonsense, right? We'll be talking the restricted players list. And then we're going to be bringing you our top 10 pitchers of all time at the end of this episode. So be sure to watch all
It's
the
a
way
good
through.
list.
It's a really
Good
good
list.
list. And we've done our homework. We feel that these are our favorites slash best pitchers of our
I
time
had to I
anyways.
had to actually look at a long list and actually look at stats and all the things that some guys I didn't really even know who they were, and then I looked at their stats and I was like, man. And then you go back and look at a few videos of what they did in their time, and it's like, yeah, that guy's on my list.
Yeah,
So
that's the great thing about baseball is it is a great game of numbers and we have so many games and so many numbers to go through that you can compare some of these eras when it comes to pitching. The earlier eras are a lot tougher. They got a lot of innings pitched. Those guys, they pitch 5 games in a week, 4 games in a week, like
I saw, I saw one. I don't think he's on
studs.
my list, but he had like 5,000 some odd starts or innings, and it's just like, oh my god,
Right.
workhorse.
So that's where we're at on the show this week. We're gonna start it off. We're gonna talk about Acuna Jr. This guy is absolutely amazing. He's the 2018 Rookie of the Year, back-to-back Silver Slugger. Um, what can't this
He's an
guy do?
animal.
What can he do? Did you see him
Uh,
beat that ball out to the shortstop this
yeah,
week?
yeah, he had like that. I think he just hit the cheat code button or something. Like, how do you get fourth gear in 2 steps? I don't
Uh,
know. Uh, I
he
don't
when I'm
know.
watching that, and I might have even sent you a message or we talked about it. I said he's the fastest out of the box that I've seen since Ichiro.
Yeah, yeah, he's quick.
Um,
He's definitely
he beat
way
that
faster than anybody I know.
he beat that throw by
Uh,
half a step.
yeah. He's
Uh,
even faster than Logan Boyd, and Logan Boyd's pretty fast.
he's pretty darn fast. you know, Logan. Shout out, bud.
Yeah, yeah. Run harder. Maybe you
you're
could be, maybe you could be in the NL someday.
it's no problem to be number two if number one is Acuna Jr.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. If you go from Acuna being the top, and you're like even top five behind that, probably pretty good.
Yeah, no problems there, man. The guy hits dingers. I like his flash, his flair, what he's bringing to the table.
Yeah,
Um,
he's just that young group that's coming in and just shaking things up and having fun with the game and just being
right.
themselves. There's no like unwritten rules with these guys, and it's kind of nice because
Yeah,
they're just like, I want to hit bombs and flip my bat 40 feet in the air and run
he's a
around the
young
bases before it
he's a
hits the ground.
young guy from Venezuela. He's got flair. I love it. Um, we've talked about it. We like the bat flips, it's excitement in the
Yep,
game. Um,
give it to me.
yeah, dude, let me see that. He's not the
Let's
biggest
talk about
guy.
stats a little bit.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
not the
no, he's
biggest guy out there though either.
yeah, he's
Which
actually quite small.
which makes it that much more impressive.
Yeah, and he's not banging on a trash can to get hits.
No,
So that we know about. That we know about.
you because you look at the AL version of him, which is
Yeah,
Mike Trout.
probably.
He looks like he
Yeah,
should be hitting dingers, and his legs are so big. He looks like he could steal 80 a season.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, 429 batting average through 11 games,
This
four home
season.
runs, 5 doubles. He's only struck out 7 times. Like that's that's so ridiculous. That's like
That's
42
nuts.
at bats.
I
Only
think
struck out 7 times.
he's got something like a 295 career batting average in his 3 seasons now.
Yeah,
Um,
which is really really good.
yeah, yeah, it's pretty darn freaking good. Man, the
I
guy.
think I was I think I was better in the Madagascar adult league, but I mean those stats are padded, I'm sure. Somebody was cooking the books there.
The
Yeah.
Madagascar League.
Yeah. Holding it
Oh
down
my
on an island,
goodness.
man. Try it.
Oh, dude. Yeah, if you're the best ball player on the island, you're probably the only person that knows how to play ball on that
Yeah, I think my shortstop was actually an animal, so I don't really know.
island. The little lemurs came out the zoo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. All right.
On the other side of the coin, though, in the AL, which I
Dude,
got this guy riding pretty high on my MVP pick as well, that Otani character, uh,
man. He's a
he
different kind
just
of
keeps
beast as
smashing.
well.
He's stealing bases. He's stealing
He
bases.
also
He's
beat
pitching.
he also beat out a routine freaking grounder yesterday. I don't know if you saw that. Uh,
And he's big. Like he's a
He's
big dude.
a
Like
giant human being.
he's-
He's no Acuna.
uh,
It's like when Bo
yeah,
Jackson did it. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. It's
You're
like, how do you get 260 pounds down the line that fast? I don't know.
gazelle legs, bro.
Yeah,
Holy crap.
4 steps and I'm on first.
He hit
No
another
big deal.
450 bomb. Like the
Uh,
guy
oh yeah, and his swing's just sweet. It's just like so calm in the box.
and
I
and you
wish.
and he's got a love life too. Like he likes pitching, likes playing in the field. He's a great hitter, right? He gets a
Yeah,
guaranteed day off every week
yeah, for sure.
because he's pitching. He's living the best ball player
Yep.
life right now. He's in the spotlight.
Yeah, he's living every 10-year-old kid's dream, dude.
Dude,
Like I
yeah.
can pitch, I can play, I can hit.
Yeah.
I'm hitting bombs.
Man.
He's got
Oh, something happened here. Whoa. Whoa.
percentage
We
and a
had a oh,
364
we
batting
had a
average.
we had a blackout. We had a blackout. I do not know what
Oh
is
no,
going
you
on.
had a blackout? Well, I carried it with Otani's
We do not
stats. So I
we do
mean,
not know what is going on.
where'd you go?
Yeah, it's I do not
Where
know what is
in the
happening.
world is Willie G. Diego?
um,
I can hear your voice. That's good news.
you should be able to see me now. We're still going.
Oh, can you see me now? I can
Yeah.
hear you. But yeah, Shohei Otani is absolutely out of control, setting a precedent that
If I
may.
was a kid playing little league, I would want to be like Otani right now. I honestly, um,
Oh, for sure.
holy cow! Just what he does when he pitches too. He's
Yeah,
so good as a pitcher. Um,
absolutely.
it, jeez, and I
I don't
mean,
think he has more than one start this year, though. I
is
think
he?
he only started that one game, which
He's
he was still good in, but I don't know what's up with that.
he's gonna start again. I'm
Oh,
sure,
for sure. Yeah.
guaranteed.
When his bat, maybe when his bat like cools off or something, they're like, all right, you got to go back to the bullpen with the rest of the heathens.
um, yeah, yeah, Otani. I don't see him coming out of the bullpen. uh,
No.
ever. Um, I mean, when his arm dries up, he'll be an exceptional DH for many years.
Yeah. Throw
Um,
that guy at first base or something. I mean,
yeah, he's
I don't know.
huge.
I think his talent's endless. He can play anywhere.
Yeah, and that's special. We don't see too many of those in the bigs. Um,
No, we do not. What
oh,
happened to your video, man?
can you still
You're
not
gone
see me?
forever. I still can't see you.
Oh man.
You've disappeared. It's so sad. I miss your face already. It's trying.
It did not come back.
Anyways, we can move on because we can hear your voice. I mean, you're not really
I
that
got it all
pleasant to
recording
look
right
at.
here. Oh,
Hurt
we're
your
still we're
feelings.
still going. I got it all on the video. We're still recording here. Just
All
some
right.
technical hiccups. Well, let's move forward. Let's let's reopen the vault from
Oh,
last week
Pandora's box.
and
Pandora's box.
go
The
right
gift that
in.
keeps on giving.
Let's just get into that right there. So there's been
Yeah.
some drama. Kyle, I don't know if you were drinking heavily the other night or
No,
what. I don't know
he's
what
never done that ever.
I don't know what we did, Dustin, but we did something terrible. It started off
I
with a
I
hundred
don't know.
dollars, I thought, and then a couple $100 with Michael Childs. Okay, a bet
Yeah.
of whose team was gonna go further in the AK Super Draft. And you have Hollis's team or Jimmy Lozano's team. And I'm not here to pick
Yeah.
sides. We will before the tournament starts. Not this episode. Um,
No.
and so Michael Childs and Kyle were bantering back and forth about making bets and put your money where your mouth is and all this other kind of ish.
Yeah.
And it got heated all the way to the point where it was like 500 bones on the line. And somehow that
Yeah. Yeah.
500
Jimmy
bones,
hopped on.
yeah, somehow that 500 bones came out of Jimmy's pocket instead of Michael's pocket.
Right. And then, I mean, Kyle's betting his own money, but I mean, he put his team on the line and he
Yeah, he
said, all right,
put his team
which,
on the line. He's
I mean,
got.
that could go two ways. That could go two ways. You get fired up and you play for the guy, or you're just like, damn it, now I feel all the pressure
Hey
because I
yo,
don't want the guy to lose 500 bones.
amen. Kyle was what a lot ninth pick on the team.
Yeah. When your ninth
Amen,
pick's
Kyle.
making
That's
bets, dog.
dude.
Yeah, I love it.
That's how
I
you
love
hold it
it.
down. We're
Fire him
not.
up.
Hey,
Fire him up.
I don't think you're ninth pick quality. I think you're better than that for sure. But
We were trying to get him. TL was trying to get him, but he went right before uh, we. Bill Hollis grabbed him right before TL was up, and he was going to be our
oh,
ninth rounder. But
I just like how it all
I
got
think I think
started,
he's.
and they're talking shit back and forth, and then somehow
Oh,
it's
it's
not even
been
Childs' money anymore on the line.
yeah. And then Child's just telling everybody that, well, Chase Powers is better than all of you anyways, so none of you are going to be popping champagne bottles because Chase isn't playing. And it's like, well, somebody's going to win the thing,
Yeah,
and
he is.
somebody's going to bring champagne, and Chase Powers is still on the waiting list somewhere. I don't know. He might actually be Jerry Putt. We don't know who Jerry Putt is
Yeah.
still to this day.
Who's Jerry Putt? AKA
Jerry
Chase
Putt,
Powers.
please, please come out anywhere, wherever you are. Just please find us. No one knows who you are, and
somebody
we're so dying
somebody
to know.
knows a Jerry Putt. Tag him. Tag him in the
Dude,
video. Tag him.
he does.
I'd like
I'm
yeah. Is that
I'm
real?
gonna look him up on Venmo and send him $20 and just be like, expose yourself.
You're gonna get a D pick on the return back.
Just oh man, the
Oh,
worst kind too.
well, and then so that led into Rob and TL talking a little ish about another
Yeah.
bet in the works, and
Yeah, I mean, last year I think all the coaches threw in like 50 or $100. So we'll see what happens this year. It seems like the money's already flying all over the place. I'm going to go ahead and just bet the farm that
I'm
TL's
bringing
team's going to win it.
I'm
Yeah,
bringing
we're going to just do
a
it.
lot of ones. I'm sitting at home plate, and we're going show or no show for $1. Okay. And everybody who's hitting's gonna hear it too. Okay, be right,
Oh man.
right where Dougie's grandparents always sit at softball games, right there behind the backstop, man.
Yeah, just chirping.
Show, no show, yeah, dollar,
Five
dollar, no
bucks.
show, dollar, no show.
$5 if you hit it out.
Yeah,
Oh, no
exactly,
pressure.
exactly. We'll be on it. We'll be on it. Um,
I think, man, I think it's gonna be just, uh, for lack of a better term, it's just gonna be
I
a
didn't
shit
even really
talking fest,
catch. I
man.
didn't really even catch what started the whole like Kyle McBride, Michael Childs drama for the vet. Did you even see that?
I don't know. That thread got out of hand pretty quick. It
It like
was
escalated really, really
yeah.
fast. The
I
thread
felt
now
like I
itself has over like 190 comments. Something
yeah,
like
it was
that.
like one of those situations where you're like you showed up late and it's like you walk in the room and everything's already kind of heated and happening and you're like, "All right, somebody catch me up." And you got to like and hopefully your boy's over in the corner like, "Yeah, so I've been here for 30 minutes listening to this bullshit." Uh so
Oh my
from what I
goodness.
gather it was just a matter of whose team was had a better draft, and then it escalated from there, obviously. And so now there's the game within the game. So that's always fun.
Yeah, do you see either of the teams crumbling to a little bit of the pressure of a $500 ante on their team?
I mean, to be honest, I feel like there's a few teams that are just going to have a hard time not having a family feud before the fourth game. You know, when we get into when we get a bracket play, it's like, I mean, what happens when you don't win in pool play because somebody's not hitting or and it's like you kind of already have a little bit of a riff with somebody and it's like, well, now you're not hitting and then you get chirping and then they get chirping and oh man, it's gonna be an exciting time to
I
be
can't
alive.
wait for this. It's good. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness. I
yeah,
don't even know when they're putting it up.
should we just get a motorhome and just hang
Well,
out?
we gotta have somewhere to set up shop. We gotta be able to do some shows while we're there. Bring some people in for interviews, post game interviews. I definitely want to do some post game interviews. I think
Yeah,
we should we should make sure that that's gonna be okay to be done and have that happen. But I think we could have a little bit of fun with this. This could be good.
yeah. Yeah, I think we'll bring out the worst in everybody. That's just what we'll do. Or the best. Who
Oh
knows?
my
It's really
goodness.
a crapshoot.
I'm looking.
I would like to shout out. I would like to shout out to the ladies of the Super Draft. We've been covering the men's pretty heavy, mainly because we're both men's players, and I don't personally know a lot of the females that are in the draft. I know some of the coaches, so shout out to those ladies for stepping up and getting a draft going for the ladies and a really good, I mean, size draft. You guys got a dozen teams, and that's pretty rad. I think Megan Orr had a pretty good draft. Aaron Moretti, being the last pick, had a fairly good draft. And I think the team to beat, with my ignorance and just because I think she's rad, I think KK's team's going to be uh, hoisting that trophy
All right, all
in
right,
the women's side. So little
right on.
little
Yeah,
shout out to them.
yeah. Shout out to the ladies. Holding it down.
So
There's some serious ballers that play. Uh, I definitely see a few come up into the Talkeetna tournaments. I mean, I gave up 4 home runs in a game last year to ladies. So what are you gonna do,
did you?
dude? We came back and won though. After,
Yeah,
so I
well,
didn't know, dude. Here's how it goes down. You're playing in the damn game with me.
yeah. But I
Yeah.
mean, it seemed like every
Okay.
ball was going
So
out. No
here's
offense
how
to
it
the
goes
pitching.
down. Is
It's
guy gets up and he jacks that solo home run, right? And I know these
yeah.
ladies can hit, and so the lady gets up to the plate, and I serve a meatball like right down the pipe, and she yokes it, and I was like, "Oh, sweet, yo, that's an out." And they're like, "No, ladies' home runs don't count on
Oh,
against the
they're
progressive
yeah.
total."
They can't HRO. They can't
And
HRO.
I'm thinking to myself, we're playing at 265 in Talkeetna, 280, whatever the hell this is.
It's a pop up.
And it's a small
But I
ball
mean,
with these bats.
it's a deep pop up for like the ladies. Yeah, that's a deep
Dude,
280.
they're
That's
parking
deep.
them halfway up those trees in the cottonwoods, son.
And you're just like, yeah, that's an out. Oh
Yeah,
wait,
the first one I honestly
somebody
thought it was an
somebody
out.
told me about
And
this.
everybody's like, no, it's not an out, you idiot. so so yeah, and then throughout the game they hit a couple more and I just started throwing the ball like 18 feet in the fucking air and wasn't getting called for high pitches. I remember Greg's like, Greg points at me and goes, up, throw it up. So I start throwing these pitches that are like 18 feet in the air, and they couldn't hit them. Uh,
Nice.
and but they didn't score after the fourth home run got hit. They didn't score again. I think we beat them like 22-14, something like
Yeah,
that.
that
It
was
was the
that was a good game.
Spritzers team, maybe.
Yeah, it was like golly, who was all on that team? I don't even. That was a blurry weekend. It
Yeah,
was
I
that
don't either.
Brad Knowles at short on that team with I think Christy Pizarro maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a
Anywho,
lot of fun. Regardless, I gave up 4 home runs to ladies in one game.
yeah, I mean
Shout out.
that's
There's some
yeah,
ballers. Is what is the point that we were trying to make is there's some serious ballers
yeah,
that can play and can hit the ball. And so shout out to the ladies.
absolutely.
Ain't no shame in my game.
No, no.
Uh, all right. Well, let's move on a little bit. Let's talk the restricted list that has come out this year. Any thoughts on the restricted list and how much you love Chase Powers?
I don't love him near as much as Michael Childs does. I'll tell you that much. I'm not quite sure what's going on with their relationship, but I'm pretty sure. Uh, well, we'll just chalk it up to you know what I mean.
Oh
um,
man,
I
not
think. Well, for
not trying to
me,
start no
so
beefs.
no, no. I'm just more so restricted list to me. I'm a little bit. I'm obviously new, but what that actually means, like I know when you play a team with restricted players, you get spotted some runs.
Yeah,
Um,
you get spotted a run for every restricted player on the team. So if a team
right,
if two teams each have two restricted players, no runs are spotted.
right. So how does that? So I mean, how do you get to the restricted list? Tell me that.
You
Do you
I
just
I believe you have
are
to
you
ball out of your mind. You have to be really good. You have to be
you got
you got to be above and beyond special to a team. I don't know. I don't know what the criteria is personally. I
you
just
got to
seems
be
it seems,
just
seems to me
throwing
like
down Adderall and shaving your bats, or what are we
yeah,
talking here?
shit, I don't know.
Oh, who's
Oh
juicing
my
out there?
goodness. Yeah, which one of you guys are
Chase
juicing for
Powers, call your mom.
for beer league softball?
Yeah.
um,
No, I mean, so there's like I know Jordan Chadwell, Tristan Varela, um, even the Humdinger, and who else was on there from like baseball? Anyway, so those three I know from baseball.
you played with those guys?
From back in the day. Yeah, so I played adult league baseball with those guys for a long time. Me and Tristan were on the Fairview Pirates together for a long time.
Okay.
Uh, and so I know like the guys that can play, you know, like hardball, and it transfers over relatively similarly
Yeah, you're
to
you're
softball.
still
But
hustling, if you have
yeah,
the
and I
acumen
mean,
to pick up balls in the field. Like, how many of these guys are on
yeah.
the list because of their defensive acumen as well as their offense? You know what I mean? Like, I think
Well, I mean,
that's what it boils down to.
yeah, I mean Tristan Varela is like never been known for power hitting, but his defense at shortstop is phenomenal. His bat, he can place the ball just about anywhere. I think Homer Ding is like he
Same
can
thing
put
you
it
could
out
say
on
about
demand.
Bama.
Yeah, Bama the same way. You know, they're just like they're ball players. And then Chase, I think he's just been doing it for so long. He's just dialed in and comfortable, and that's what it is. You know, so I mean, 24-year-old me versus 24-year-old Chase. I don't know. I think in baseball I got him, but softball is a different animal.
Yeah, getting old.
But yeah, oh dude, I can't do near as much as I think I can
Yeah.
without pulling or tearing
Well, we
something.
got we got some guys from the valley on this list. Uh, we got J.D. Mayo, Cody McKenzie, Kyle Quigg, and Josh Carter. Now I know JD and I know Josh Carter. And both those guys are absolute ballers.
Yeah.
JD is really good. He can hit the ball. He's a monster, an absolute monster at the plate. And then he plays in the outfield, and he's got a sick arm. I don't see him as the same kind of threat as Josh Carter as far as being able to play. I think he deserves to be on the restricted list. Do I think he makes the same kind of impact as some of these other players? Maybe not. You know,
So how does that so how does that work if it's like like if you're the best player on a team full of already really good players, I mean
right?
that's kind of
Which is
do
kind
do
of
they
what
get
which is kind of
who
what
picks
JD
who's
is on the hit
restricted?
squad. Do you know what I mean? That's how
Right.
I feel. Like I think he is the best player on that team. No offense to
Yeah.
anybody else on that team. Um,
Yeah, I mean like Chase with Pisanos, I think Chase is probably the best player on Pisanos, but there's still like
they're
seven other
stacked, yeah.
ball players on the field that
Well,
are
we got
like
what two other?
really
They got
good.
two other restricted players on their team, right?
Yeah, I think so. Bama's still playing with Pisanos. I don't
I don't.
remember.
I think he is. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know how that
Yeah.
carousel all works in Anchorage. I'm not a part of their association, so um.
Things change all the time, apparently. I don't know. I don't follow. I don't
So,
follow everybody
well,
until about
that's
May,
what
and then I'm
happened
like, where
last
are
year
they?
when that was the big controversy. Is you guys, we already have three restricted players, and you picked up other restricted players, so you got to start spotting more runs. That's just the way it goes. That's the rules we all signed up by. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, is there anybody on the list you think could be on the list that isn't?
I don't know. It's hard to gauge. I mean, a lot of guys that are really, really good either aren't sober or or they aren't there all the time. So, and I mean, there's also a lot of people that come up uh, from out of state. There's some military guys I know that can just absolutely crush the ball and play really well that are from out of state that nobody really knows about. So they kind of squeak in under the radar. I don't.
Like, is it like, is JR just not as good as like I think JR is amazing.
Who's
Our
Jr.
monster vat rep, our monster
Oh,
rep up here. And
yeah,
so like he's amazing. Like how's he not on this list? That guy hits everywhere. He hits home runs, plays amazing defense. Like how does he not make the
yeah.
list?
I
Uh
don't know who makes the list. USA softball commissioner or who does
no,
that?
no,
Like, is
no.
it a
I think it's a conglomerate of our board of our USA softball board here in Alaska.
no?
Um
It'd be interesting to like maybe talk to some of those people or something and
yeah,
get them in here and be like,
how
all
was
right, why is this guy here and this guy
well, and
isn't?
that's
What's
the
your
point. That's the point of locking down a Brad Peterson interview. Um,
yeah?
he's the rep for the Anchorage area, so uh,
Who?
that's who we'd want to lock down for that interview. And speaking
Well,
of
Brad
awesome
Peterson,
interviews,
we're gonna need you to come in for a talk. I want to
yeah,
chat.
oh yeah.
I want to know
So
how this goes down.
I have to call him this evening. I'm gonna call him this evening, but I'm gonna try and lock down an interview with Roger Garcia, the USA Softball AK commissioner,
Oh,
and
cool.
if we can lock him down, we'll be able to talk about the USA Patriots team that's going to be coming up for the Pot of Gold tournament, and
Nice.
that's really exciting.
What's that about?
So that's the amputee team. They're the USA Patriots team, and they're all amputee veterans of some sort. And they're going to be coming up and they play softball and they're going to be coming up and playing in the Pot of Gold tournament, which is awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, you should probably come pick up so you can throw some freaking meatballs and get like 6, 7 home runs in a game to a guy with only one arm. You know
Oh my goodness.
what I mean?
I would, but we got the Talkeetna tournaments, man, the most prestigious of them. So
Yeah.
having
Do you guys have a tournament almost every weekend up there or what?
no, we should though. I don't know what our association's doing. The USSA Upper Susitna Softball Association. Um, they kind of slacking on that. Like we should have a league up here we should be inviting Wasilla teams up to play in league, either co-ed or men's. Doesn't matter. We should be sponsoring Little League out here at that field. Like, there's a lot of things. I
Well,
don't
get
know.
on it.
Man,
Willie G, save it. Save it
I've
all. You're the
they
guy.
it's
You're
they
the
don't want
guy.
me in there. They don't want me in there. They'd rather spend their money on useless four-wheelers and shit that we don't need. You know, these guys
Yeah.
bought 3 lawnmowers 3 years in a row, sitting on a buttload of money that they've been taking from teams for years, and the field has never had any good maintenance done to it. I used to do the maintenance for the field, dude, and
Tell
it
us
was
tell
it
us how
was
you
looking
really feel.
better. Oh, bro, it's so bad.
It's a mess. It's a mess up
It's
there.
a mess.
Mess up there. Get,
The
get your
tournaments,
stuff together,
the,
Talkeetna.
the tournaments are amazing. The people that show up for the tournaments are amazing. The field does seem to get better. It's all on volunteer work. So, but it seems like we could be putting some money into that field. The yellow stuff that protects arms and shit on top of the fences has
Yeah.
been coiled up next to first base for I don't know, 18 years, 15 years, whenever they gave it to us.
Right on.
All right.
Well, that sounds like some slacking that you got to hop in and just take over and say, "This is I'm just going to do it," and then ask for
Yeah.
forgiveness when they yell at you.
All right, all right. Well, so we've kind of moved on from our subjects. Uh, let's let's
Go top 10.
let's do it.
Go top
We're
10.
going our top 10, guys. We're bringing it to you right here. Our
It's the
top
Heat.
10 pitchers. This is our hot shot right here. Okay.
Heat.
We're
Heat
talking
throwers. Strikeout
pitchers.
kings.
These
Closers.
guys, e-
Starters.
everybody. We got multiple
Guys
300 game winners, multiple
guys
Cy
whose names
Youngs.
are on guys whose name are on the trophy.
Yes, sir. All right, Dustin, why don't you hit us off with
Number 5.
your number
Number
five?
5. We'll start from 5, work our way up to 1,
We're
right? That's
each
how
gonna
the
go
pros
with the
do it.
number five and then go to one.
All right, we're going to go with number 5, Steve Carlton. You've probably never heard of him because you're not 55 plus years old. He played pitcher for the Phillies in the 70s into the 80s. He is 4 20 plus win seasons, 400 or 4,136 Ks, and yeah, that's a lot, and 4 time Cy Young Award winner. So I picked him at number 5. His career kind of tailed off at the end, but I think
A,
he
a
finished his
lot of
career at
pitchers,
the,
a
yeah,
lot of
it's, I
pitchers that
mean,
happens to him. My old
it's,
man, he would talk about him as a pitcher as being absolutely dominating. My old man was a Dodgers fan, Brooklyn Dodgers, and
nice.
then transferring over, obviously, to LA. But
Yeah, and then so they were playing each other, so he
he
was
would talk.
probably
Yeah, he would
seeing a
talk
lot
about
of
Carlton
Carlton.
as being just this dominant force on the mound, and it
Was
doesn't
he real
change.
crotchety? Was he like all angry? He's like, yeah, that Carlton guy
uh,
always beats the Dodgers.
yeah, he wasn't
Yeah.
so crotchety about it, but my dad was more of a baseball purist. You know, he was about the game.
Nice.
He wanted to see
I
the
like
best
that.
of the best. So
That's how I am. That's why I'm
he,
wearing a Brewers hat, rooting for the Mets and cheering for the Mariners. I don't know what's going on anymore.
all right. All right, so my number five is Nolan Ryan. Okay,
That
makes
low? That
yeah,
low?
he makes my
That's
number
rude.
five as he's never won a Cy Young. Maybe nobody doesn't know this, but he's never
Really?
won a Cy Young award. No,
Huh. I wonder if there's some politics in there. I wonder if that's like,
I don't
we
know.
just don't like how crazy he is. He likes to
Maybe
fight, and
he
like he's just not a good ambassador for the game.
holds multiple records in the bigs, 7 no-hitters. Okay,
Yeah,
remarkable.
that's huge.
5,714 strikeouts.
Yeah, try hitting it. Try hitting it.
27 years in the bigs.
Yeah, and all relatively with the same team, right? He didn't bounce
No,
around
no,
too
he,
much.
he played with a couple teams for sure.
Did he bounce around?
Yeah, he played for a
He
few
was with
teams.
the Rangers for a long time, though,
And the
right?
Astros.
And
And
the
a bunch of
Astros.
teams, yeah. Um,
Yeah. Fair enough.
324 career wins with a
That's a lot.
1.247 whip.
That's good.
27
Throw strikes.
years. 27
Throwing
years.
strikes. Throw
Okay?
strikes.
That's what it takes. It is an 8-time All-Star as well. Like number 5 respectively. Okay?
Yeah.
Uh
All right.
as
I'll give you number
as
five. I
as we
thought it
go
was
through the
low. I
list.
thought it was low, but I didn't know that much about Nolan Ryan. So
Uh,
I'll give you five.
all right. So and then as we get through, you'll understand these stats. They will blow your mind. Our top 5 pitchers are a no joke list.
The mind is blown.
All right, let's go. Let's hear your number
All
4.
right, you
Number
want number
4,
four?
4, 4,
You're gonna
4.
hate my number four.
No,
Number
who's your number
four.
4?
Oh, you're gonna hate it because he cheated.
Oh no!
Yeah.
It's either an AP or an RC, and I don't like either one of them.
It's a hard RC.
It's a hard RC.
Roger, but I got him 84 to 90. I got Roger Clemens 84 to 90. Those years. You say he was juicing then. I
He was
can
just
neither
starting to get
confirm
big.
nor deny.
He was just starting to get big, man.
Okay, well he was 24 and 4 and 86, man. And his
Woo!
career uh his for those 6 years, his ERA was under 3 and he had 291 Ks in 1988 alone.
Okay, okay.
Come on. I don't care if you're juicing or not because other guys were juicing too. There was no real rules about it. I think Roger Clemens belongs in the top 5, at least on my list, and maybe not a Hall of Fame guy, but definitely one of the nastiest dudes on the mound ever. So suck it.
Pretty darn. He was pretty darn good and kind of an asshole.
Oh yeah, yeah, the worst.
I believe it was him and Piazza had the beef. You remember with
Oh,
the
for sure.
broken bat and throwing in
Mm-hmm.
Piazza? Like,
Yep.
let's
Yep.
be real though. Like, they get in a fist fight. Piazza whoops his ass 10 out of 10. Okay,
Steroids or not, yeah, Piazza's winning
steroids or
that
not,
fight.
Piazza is dinking and dunking on his ass.
Yeah,
Um,
the mustache alone, I'd be like, no, I don't want no
I
part
don't
of
want to
that.
fight you, Piazza. No.
No, Piazza, your legs are bigger than my arms and legs and torso combined.
And
Just
heads
please
up
don't hit
on
me in the face.
Piazza, we will be doing a top 10 catchers list as well.
Ugh,
So,
Pudge Rodriguez.
oh boy, is he
Ugh,
up
yeah,
there.
we'll get there. We'll get
All
there.
right.
Stay focused.
All right. Well,
What's your number four?
we're still on our pitchers list. My number 4 is Greg Maddux. All right.
Another one low. What are you
Oh my
doing over
gosh.
there? Oh
So
my, I
Greg
can't wait to hear your top 3. I
Okay.
cannot wait.
All right. So
That is so ridiculous.
Greg Maddux was a 4-time Cy Young Award winner.
Yep.
355 career wins.
Yep.
In 1995, he went 19 and 2.
Could you imagine only losing 2 games?
2 games.
And looking like a librarian from like snow, Wisconsin somewhere.
You broke me.
Like just super non-assuming. Like
He
put him in a
is an
lineup with Unibars. I guess him every time.
18-time Gold Glove winner.
Yeah, he definitely played his position defensively better than just about anybody in the
Yeah,
history of the game, I think.
18-time Gold Glove winner. Let that
He was
sink
a
in.
guy that you put him in, you need a ground ball double play. He'd throw just a perfect pitch and do it himself.
And yeah,
like, ground ball
I've
back
got
to
this.
me, coming to you.
Hold on one
Yeah,
second, guys. Let me take care of this, and we'll go have some beers afterwards, okay?
yeah, exactly.
um, Greg Maddux was so fun to watch as a kid playing baseball. As you're quasi fan as a little kid growing up because you're so
Yeah.
influenced by so many angles of the game. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Um,
that whole rotation for the Braves in those years,
tall
like
as fuck.
Schmidt, Tom Glavine, Greg Maddux, like those guys were just it was crazy.
Yeah, it
It's
kind of
fun to
nuts
watch.
that they didn't win more World Series. That's a
Yeah,
bummer.
that's true.
Shout out to my man Neil
Let's.
Blair right there. I know you're a big Braves fan, so you'd be happy that I put Greg Maddux in my top five here.
Well, you went Greg Maddox 4. I'm gonna go Tom Glavine number 3.
Okay, that makes a
Yeah,
lot
so
of sense.
we're there on that. Yeah,
Yeah.
so Tom Glavine, Braves, of course, absolute workhorse. 4,413 innings pitched.
Ooh!
That is that is a lot.
Sounds like a
He
career.
played 15. Yeah, 15 years with the Braves, 21 years pro, and he pitched for the Mets for a hot second, and he was above 500, which doesn't happen often.
Not for
So
Mets pitchers.
yeah, so he's a two-time Cy Young winner, 6-time Cy Young top three, and
Okay.
520 plus win season. So Tom Glavine, number 3.
Dang. Dude, that's impressive.
Yeah.
That many seasons
Yep.
with 20 plus wins is actually really impressive. Um, which kind of brings me to my next pick for my that was your number 3, right? Yep. Oh, you took off from the screen. I'm down here looking at my sheet. I'll wait for him to come back and I'll give you my number 3, which might shock a few of you guys. I don't know. There's some on here that some people might not think they deserve to be in the top 5 of the pitchers. So I don't know.
All right, give me top 3. And
All
I
right.
swear to God, I guarantee you he's not better than Greg Maddox. So
I
just forget about all
guess.
that.
Oh man, I don't know. This is a tough one. My number 3 is Mr. Sandy Koufax. So, oh, camera issues.
Technical difficulties. Tell Keaton,
Yeah,
where's your
man,
internet?
this is horrible out here, dude. I'm telling you. Just telling you. Yo,
It
donate
is
something. Buy some
so good. You're
buy
like,
some buy some hoodies and help me get a better connection here, please.
amen to that.
Uh Man, okay,
You were
so
like,
my
and my number 3 pick?
my number 3 pick is Mr. Sandy Koufax. All right. This is a man who won the Cy
That's
Young
a pretty good one.
and the NL MVP in 1963. Okay.
All right, I'll give you that. Okay.
Now,
Ah,
the guy also has a career 1.1 whip. 1.10 whip. Like
you're on that. You're on that whip. I'm on the ERAs, but
the
I like the
ERA,
whip
I
too.
think the
I like
whip
the
is a
whip
better
too.
standard. Uh he is a 3-time 25 game winner.
Yikes,
3 seasons
that's a lot.
he won over 25 games. That's
That's
kind of nuts. And he might have had maybe the nastiest curveball the major leagues ever seen. Okay?
yeah,
Um
yeah.
my dad would tell stories about Sandy Koufax throwing this curveball at guys and having him jump and fall completely out of the box and have it curve in for a strike. Okay?
Yikes.
And you can go watch videos on it. And it
That's
is absolutely special. The guy won 3 Cy Young awards as well. Um could you imagine standing in the box thinking I'm gonna try and take this guy yard, gonna try and take this guy yard. And he throws one that looks like it is aiming directly at your head. And when you back out of the way, the umpire fucking pulls the string on you.
and you go back to the
Yeah,
dugout with
just shake your
utter
head.
disbelief.
Oh my goodness. It's
I've done
just
that a few times actually. It sucks.
uh Sandy Koufax deserves to be in this list. He was that good. Um
All right.
all right,
We'll
let's
give
hear it.
you. You're doing pretty good. I thought you were a little bit low with Nolan Ryan, but you came with a Sandy Koufax at 3, and I'm like, all right. You're
All
doing
right.
pretty good so far. Your top 2 better not disappoint because
I
I'm
don't
going to
think
call
they're
you
going to
out on it.
disappoint at all. I don't think they're going to disappoint at all. But go ahead with your top 2. Let's hear it. Who's your
All
number
right,
2?
top 2. My number 2. the man himself that they named the damn trophy after, Cy Young. Five. Five. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know.
I,
Five. 30 plus win seasons. 30 plus wins. Yeah.
woo!
Uh,
That's heat.
yeah. So that's a lot of wins.
Uh,
That's I mean 5 times. That's 150 wins. That's more than some pitchers have in their entire career.
150 wins
Like
in 5 seasons. That pretty
yeah.
much, you know what? I think he probably has the most Cy Young seasons out of anybody.
Yeah, that's why they're like, well, we can't give him the trophy. Let's just name it after him.
Yeah, technically, I believe he just does. Most Cy
Yeah,
Young awards ever.
yeah, yeah,
Cy Young.
yeah. They're giving them out. Yeah. Uh, I actually found a pretty cool stat.
All right.
It's called the WAR stat, WAR,
Yeah, wins
and
above
that is
replacement.
yeah. And I looked it up and I was like, what the heck? Because I mean, stats are so weird, crazy now. But that's wins above
Numbers.
replacement, like you were saying, and he's got a 163.6 wins above replacement. So what that means, what I gathered, was that the next best guy on any team he ever played with has 163 less wins than he does. Is that right? I mean,
I
if I picking
I
that up right?
I I I don't I don't understand the way the war actually works. We could probably get somebody on here to understand it better, or help us to understand it
Yeah,
better.
we need the commissioner of baseball
But
statistics to come
I
on the
I
show.
believe that if one is the standard, okay, where 1-0
Right.
is a win, okay, how many
Yeah.
more wins is this guy getting per his position, per his player position to his
Right.
replacement? If
Right.
one,
So that'd be the
so
next if you took him out and put somebody else in.
if you play 160 games, the other guy's winning 100, you're winning 160,
Right.
or
Yeah.
something along those lines. I'm probably super wrong
Math
on
is hard.
this.
Hit dingers, man. Math
Yeah,
is hard. Hit
yeah.
dingers.
That's all I do is hit dingers.
So that's my
My
number
name's
two.
Willie
You had
G.
a
I hit dingers.
dingers. What's your name? Career 2.63 ERA. That's pretty amazing. He
That's
did
lit.
play in a way different era, but I mean,
He pitched
the
a lot
level of
more
play.
games in his era too. He was one of those
Oh,
guys.
for sure.
He wasn't
Yeah, you
getting
don't
5 days off, 6 days off rest.
no. And he was pitching complete games. Like he wasn't, you know. And he was probably drinking a beer in the dugout for crying out loud. Come on
Smoking
now.
cigs, doing all that, just like us. Why can't we be Cy Young?
Yeah, right. Well, there's a lot of reasons, but we won't get into that. Give me your number two, Willie G.
All right, my number two. I'm not here to disappoint. I am here for some controversy. My number two pitcher all time is Mariano Rivera.
Oh,
Yes, that's right.
closer.
We are putting a closer on here, a career closer. He started 10 games in his career, okay? 10.
Okay.
Now, Mariano Rivera
Greg
played.
Maddux isn't better than Mariano Rivera?
I think when you look at the impact that each one had on the game, I don't think so, no.
Oh, well, I have a hard time with that one, but this is
Um,
your list. You
hey,
go
one
ahead.
team, one team for 19 years as a closer had 1173 strikeouts.
That's a lot.
That is an incredible amount.
Do you happen to know his innings off the top of your head?
I
How many innings he
don't. I
pitched?
could probably pull it up right quick though.
I got it right here. Hang on. So 1,283.2 innings pitched. So basically every time he
Every time he hit
played
the
an
mound,
inning, he got
yeah,
a
he got a
strikeout.
strikeout. Um,
That's pretty good. One
that's
for one.
that's pretty impressive. 13 All-Star games
Yeah,
in
that's
19
impressive too.
years. He has a 1.00 WHIP.
Wow. Well, you can't
Third,
be walking guys as a career closer. That's
no,
just a given.
that is the third highest career all time.
Really.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine closers whips, man. You can't be cracking the whip real
Yeah, but
hard because
the career career
it's like
career closers don't typically have long careers. They're good for 2, 3, 4 years. 5 years
Yeah,
maybe.
that's true. Yeah.
What's that Trevor kid? They call him kid. He's retired in the Hall of Fame
it's,
now.
it's like old enough to be your daddy.
No, I really do.
Diaz.
I do think.
Diaz is the last great closer, like really good, like solid closer. Diaz.
Yeah,
He used to pitch for the Mariners, but
yeah, really
skinny,
good.
wiry kid. He was like
Mariano
that
deserves to
dude
be
was
in this
really good.
spot. I really do believe that. Made his career off of two pitches. The guy's coming in the ninth inning. You know he has two pitches,
Yeah,
and you can't
that's
hit. You
that's
can't
impressive
hit
as well.
either one of them. Dominance
Yeah,
is part of this list. How dominant are you? You know, if I
yeah,
keep bringing it up, it's the guy with the stick versus the
yeah.
guy with the rock, and him as the guy with the rock was that much more dominant than any guy with the stick, I believe. You know,
I would
uh,
agree with that. Yes, true
so
that.
so that's why he makes the
Greg Maddox
list.
was better, but I'll give it to you.
Opinions,
Okay.
opinions.
All right, here we
Give me your
go.
number
We
one.
want number one. Number one. This is from being a Red Sox fan for a while back in the day when they were trying to beat the curse. I think they did end up beating the curse with this man on the
2004.
mound. Yeah, so I went with Pedro Martinez as my
Whew.
number one.
I like it.
Uh,
I like
yeah,
it.
3,154 Ks, a .760 win percentage at Boston. Like that's really good.
That's
So
insane.
if you're winning 7 out of 10 times, you're doing pretty well. 3-time Cy Young Award winner. Just one of those guys that got on the mound and he was nasty. He threw hard. He played hard.
He
He
threw
was
at
just
people, had no
yeah,
problems throwing at people.
yeah, yeah. Just a real uh, you just a
AL pitchers,
amazing
AL
aura.
pitchers be like that though. You know, they know they don't got to get
Yeah,
in the box. They let some
yeah, that's
meathead that hits
true.
home runs take the next shot. You don't care.
Right, yeah. In '99, he had a 23-4 record, and then he had one season below 500 with the Mets.
Eh,
So that's
just bringing
hard to
them
do.
down. Yeah, it's
that's
hard to do.
that's hard.
Um,
I
one
get
of
I give the
my
Mets a lot of go.
one of my most memorable Pedro moments watching him was a brawl against the Yankees where he takes that fat third base coach or first base coach and like toros him fucking to the side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking dude, Yankees fans were so hurt. How could you hurt such an old man? He's such an old man running at you. Why would you do that to him? And you're like,
Yeah,
the
because
guy
he's
was
been chirping my ear the whole damn
yeah, and
game.
he's running at me like he's trying to punch me in the face.
That's so classic.
Oh my god. One of my
Yankees, Red
favorite
Sox.
moments. Oh my goodness. I can't believe you put Clemens on this list.
I had to, man. We need to fire it up. Come at me with
Oh
your
my
why
gosh.
Roger Clemens is not dominant and deserves to be in the top five list. He's better than you will ever be. That's why. Shut up. Come
Oh
at me.
my
It's
goodness.
these hands. Roger
Uh,
Clemens for president.
Pedro's a great pick for number two. Super iconic for our era.
Number one, dude. He's my number
Or you're
one.
number one. You're number one. That's right.
Yeah, maybe
Um,
number two in yours, but number
um,
number one
super iconic for our era. He was electric when he was on the mound. Even if you weren't a Boston Red Sox fan, you wanted to watch the game. You wanted to watch him pitch. It
for
was
sure.
it was just one of those things. You know, you knew there was going to be some flavor involved in that game. Whether
Yeah,
it was a division rival or if it was, playing somebody from the NL, it doesn't matter.
yeah. I mean the playoff games were just so fun to watch him play. Just
Wild, dude. Just
yeah,
everything
just
happening in all those
yeah,
playoff games. All right, I'm going to
absolutely.
take it
Who
to
you
my number
got?
one. My number one might not be a surprise to anybody, but it is Randy Johnson, the
The big
big
unit.
unit. Good
Yeah,
night, man.
I'll give you that one all
Oh,
day.
dude, Randy Johnson, so fun to watch play. I saw him pitch so many times live, going down in Seattle and being able to watch games. Um, Win loss record 303 to 166.
That's you're winning twice as many times as you're losing. That's good.
That's pretty
3-1.
freaking good. That's two to
3-1.
two to
Yeah.
one. Two to
That's
one.
is it 2-1?
Yes,
Two to
sir.
one. Math is hard. Hit dingers.
Five-time Cy Young Award winner, four consecutive Cy Youngs.
Four consecutive. That's tough to do.
That that means you didn't just dominate a season here and there. You dominated an entire league for nearly
You know
half a
what?
decade.
Do you know what years those were? Like, I mean, who was
Mm,
second on the Cy Young list? You know,
Kurt
like,
Schilling was
do you
second.
know?
Two of
Jeez.
those years, and they were on the same team. I had the list
Okay.
up earlier. I
Is that when he was with the Diamondbacks?
He was with the Diamondbacks, so I want to say it's like 2002 to 4, 1 to 4, something like that.
Yeah, yeah. That I mean, that's just crazy when you're when you're that much better
I'll
four
pull
times in a row against some of the best ever. Like,
I'll pull
that's
it up right
pretty.
now, actually,
It's pretty
because
darn
it's
good.
actually worth noting because I pulled it up. So he won the Cy Young 4 years in a row from '99 to 2002. Um, it second Cy Young voting was Mike Mussina in '99, in
Hall of Famer.
2000. Yeah, 2000 was Kurt Schilling.
Hall of Famer.
Also, I will have you note Mariano Rivera was third in Cy Young in '99.
Okay. All right. We
behind
get it.
behind
We get it. We
behind
get
Mussina and
it. We
Pedro
get
Martinez. Um,
it.
all right. On top of that, Randy Johnson, the big unit, struck out 4,875 people in his career. For
Could you
number
imagine
two,
filling a room? That feels like the Egan Center of Anchorage cap is like I think
2000 something.
1,500. So you got to go to the Sullivan Arena to get 4,000 whatever it was people. You
uh,
like just imagine one guy coming in after another until 4,800 something, and it's like,
and
wow,
he
we got a
pitched
sellout crowd tonight.
he pitched for 22 years. This
Yeah,
guy, I mean, 1988 to 2009. Like the era of being able to pitch.
yeah.
Okay.
And he was pitching during the big juice era. I think we
Was
brought
he
that up last.
juicing? I don't think he was juicing.
He was no, he wasn't. He never got popped for it ever once. But he was pitching against guys that were definitely juicing. So that's I mean that's a feat in itself. Where he's like, yeah, I didn't cheat. These guys were cheating, and I still whooped their ass.
He did have
So
a perfect season pitching, no
really,
losses. Yep. In
what?
1996, he went 5-0.
Man. Did he get hurt or something? What happened
Yeah, I have
there?
no idea. He has surpassed the 20 win mark 4 times in his career. Also equally impressive
Solid.
considering the era that he pitched in. Um,
Yep.
and to be able to throw that heat
Oh
that
man.
many times in a game. Um,
And he was
s-
6'10".
yeah, he's
It's like
huge.
the ball's on you before it even leaves his hand.
An
Good
absolute
luck.
monster. 6'10", 225, dude. I'm
Yeah.
225, 5'8", okay? I'm
Yeah.
fat.
Just huge. Big
Um,
dude.
and his pitches, he had multiple pitches. His slider might go
Yeah.
down as one of the nastiest sliders to ever brace this league.
That
Um,
was that was the out pitch, man. It
that
set you up fastball in and then whip
a-
that slider
and
away or on your back foot.
I
Oh,
think the reason that slider was so devastating was his impressive arm span. The fact that his release point was so far out when he wanted to drop that slider over and across
yeah.
that it was it was coming from such a sharp angle that nobody else could do that.
Yeah.
So no hitters really see it unless they, hitting against Randy
If he made a
Johnson.
mis yeah, if he made a mistake, it was on him. But if he threw that slider perfect every time, nobody was hitting it
No,
ever.
you couldn't even try to touch it.
You
Yeah.
could sit dead red slider and still not touch it. I don't know why you would do that, but if you're doing that, respect, and
Yeah.
you're still gonna miss it. So,
Um, quite an impressive list here. This is 10 guys that all deserve to be there. Um,
oh, for sure. I'm
all
glad you hit me up with this because this was a fun one to kind of dive into because there was a lot of names that I was like, man, I forgot about that guy or
uh,
that guy, and I
who
mean,
who do you think that we may kind of maybe have left out? I kind of
Mike
wanted
Messina.
I
Mike
wanted to
Messina's
put Madison
one.
Bumgarner on this list.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a good one. I
uh,
mean, this is like
he's
I printed
still
off the Hall of
active.
Fame list.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So I mean, Felix Hernandez in his prime was obviously one of the best. I mean, especially on a team like the Mariners struggling as much as they did,
Boy,
and
did we
it was
waste
like,
his years.
yeah. I mean, I feel like when Felix was on the mound, it was like, well, that's the reason the Mariners get to 500 this year because he's pitching still.
Yeah,
Um, and then I mean, Whitey Ford was awesome. Lefty
I thought
Gomez.
about putting Whitey on the list as well. Um, his accomplishments are outrageous when you start
Yeah,
stacking them up.
yeah. Also, I mean, let's just give a moment and like go through. I got this list here, the Hall of Fame pitching register, and there's some really good names. I mean, we've talked about Jerry Putt and Stubby, and some of the great names we have in our league.
Yeah, rattle me
Let's
off
go
some of the
ahead.
best Hall of Fame pitching names.
How about Chief Bender? Chief Bender. Uh, Good luck on that breaking ball. That man is striking you out every time. I don't
With
care
a
what
name
league
like
you play
Chief
in.
Bender, you're either Israel Azdanaya's cousin or you're a pitcher in the MLB.
Chief Bender. He played from 1903 to 1925.
Whoa,
What a jimmer.
that's a
Yeah, he's the
long
old
career.
duck. Yeah, for especially back then, man.
Yeah,
That was
that's
22
an
years.
absolute career.
Yeah, and then we got old Dizzy Dean. Dizzy Dean, he's out there.
I think
In
of
the
Dizzy
19
Dean. I think of Dizzy Dean winding up like remember the movie Hook where they're
Yeah.
playing baseball and he's winding up. Whoop, 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 whoop,
Shmee,
whoop.
yeah, when Shmee's like
Yeah, that's how I imagine Dizzy Dean pitching.
Yeah. With his crappy old gloves, looking like a pirate, smoking a cigar.
Yeah, that's how Dizzy Dean. He's winding up.
Yeah. Dizzy Dean's definitely spitting on the ball too, like straight up. Oh
Oh
gosh, who else
man.
we got? We got Raleigh Fingers. Raleigh
Oh,
Fingers.
Raleigh Fingers. That's
Yeah.
a known player. Good old
Yeah,
Raleigh.
68 to 85. Who else on here? Lefty Grove, of course. A lot of lefties. Lefty Gomez, Lefty Grove. They were all right-handed. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Yeah.
Number 31 on the list, I really liked Catfish Hunter. He was
Catfish
from,
Hunter.
yeah, he played in 1965 to 1979. He's from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I don't know that, but I feel like that's where he should be from. So so that's where Catfish Hunter lands. Uh, and I think that's about it as far as just absolute ridiculous names. Yeah,
Just to go
but
back on Randy Johnson, he also finished second in Cy Young 3 times.
yeah,
Who-
yeah.
That's
We
nuts.
should probably get him on the show. If you're out there listening, Randy, we're here to just
Randy, we would love to have you.
well, we just love
Um,
on you so much. So come on the show. I know you're an avid listener. I saw you subscribe last week.
yeah, and that might just be it for everybody like in the running for that softball bat because if
Yeah,
Randy
we're
wants
just
it, he
gonna give
gets
it
it.
away.
Yeah, he gets it.
Yeah.
Be sure to
But
subscribe, guys.
anyways, we've reached that point. We've reached
Yeah,
that point. Let's hit
we're
that
here.
subscribe button.
That was a
Let's
great
do it.
episode. All right, so if you want to win a $300 monster bat, subscribe to our channel. Only 23% of our viewers are subscribed. So you got to click that button. You got to
Yeah, that's
click the
not even
button.
winning in baseball. Come on.
No. If you it's free. It's free. Just click the button. It's free. We could always use your support. It'll help me get some better internet. You buy some hoodies maybe. Middle is open hoodies. We have the you don't want to catch these hands hoodies. I just dropped a new hoodie which I'll be posting out today with the episode. Um Anything you feel like we missed in this episode, Dustin? How you feel? Good?
I feel pretty good about it. Yep.
All
I'll
right,
give a
all
shout
right.
out to my art collection. You know, I'm an avid art collector now.
Oh yeah.
Uh, yeah, my royalty checks from the Guatemalan Adult League are coming in, and I'm just buying art. So,
Right on. Well, we want to thank everybody for all your viewerships, all your support. Um, Huge shout out to ASA, AKS, USA Softball. Um, we wouldn't be able to do any of this without you guys. So, uh, hey, this is Hot Shot Sports Talk. Peace.
thanks for coming.